When you were attending meetings, universal meetings, and you're hearing Dr. Pork rhetoric, and I'm not asking this to be like I'm being serious. Like this is no, I'm just gonna call him Dr. Pork. So when you're hearing this Dr. Pork shit going on, like what was your thoughts? Like, did you see it? Did you see kind of like a bigger picture? Did you see it like kind of like, what the fuck is, you know, was it? Did it bother you? You know, like what was your position initially?
Right. It's it it's complicated. It's definitely complicated. Ask me the question again. You don't mind? Or so. These are good questions.
On April 14th, 2012. I don't know the date. Okay, when you were in fucking Zulu Nation, right? You're coming to universal meetings. You're coming to the meetings. You're hearing, as we all have heard, even before you were in it, the same shit that Lance Taylor would talk about, right?
The pork. Right.
The Porky and shit. When you're
Okay.
hearing this Porky and talk,
Mm-hmm.
like for you initially, because I know gradually
Right.
over time you
Right.
begin to see a bigger picture. But
Right. Right.
initially hearing this, how did you take it? Were you like, what the fuck? Or were you like,
Well,
okay,
what? Right. All right. So it's complicated, and I'm gonna go from beginning to end real quick, just to clarify, because it's interesting, because so I didn't know. I I didn't really. I guess you would say I was almost like a polite in them. I didn't believe. I didn't believe that Dr. York did all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of in that. I was not all the way, but I was halfway in that camp. You know what I mean? I certainly wasn't doing the knowledge to what he really did. I wasn't listening. Is what I would say. I wasn't listening. I was in denial. Right. And that's why it's complicated. Like I love Dr. Like I idolized Dr. York as a child. You know, growing up in Brooklyn. You know what I mean? Like, and the Ansars and what they represent, and like uh, my relationship with Islam, like from young, you know what I mean? Like it's super. I'm just saying, like
I know.
this
I
is
never
why
heard this
it's
before.
relevant. It is though, because you know you always say my thing with Dr. York is like he did one of the most revolutionary things that I think any black American could do and can do and should do, you know, is take these religions, um, these Arab and white religions, and reinterpret them as Africans. You know what I mean? As Black Americans. You know what I mean? And make that and retranslate, make your own hadith, the whole shit, your own Salafi, the whole nine. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that was his goal, and that is a peace fucking goal. Like that. You know what I'm saying? So I look up to him for that. You know, at that time, and I definitely had blinders on, right? So, but it's crazy. It really speaks to the propaganda of Zulu and the cult mentality of it, because I didn't do the knowledge, even of Dr. York, until later on in the nation, you know. And I started really looking, you know, when I was being, certainly after the stabbing, when I'm being suspicious of York, I mean, of Bam, um, is when I started doing the true research, the proper research on York. You know what I mean? And it ain't hard to tell. You know what I mean? It ain't hard to find. It's just I'm literally dubbing the wiki page. You know, but the wiki page is certainly backed up by facts and paperwork out this motherfucker. You know what I mean? So I didn't know it was 200 counts and all that, and that it was thousands, and they had to shave it down to 200 and something to make it feasible and sound realistic to folks. I mean, like I had so much propaganda, from the nation, and just from life growing up in Brooklyn, about Dr. York, that I didn't know that he did that, and I didn't believe that he did it, at first. But I don't know that like line of your question, like where you trying to go with it, but yeah, like when I
just
first
asking.
heard,
I'm asking. What was your thoughts? You now remember. You're hearing this garbage. What was your thoughts? Did it? And you basically stated, you were with some of it somewhat, and then you eventually was just like, nah, you ain't feeling it. Like, but now you made an interesting point, being that you're on the hot seat. You're still going to be on the hot seat. So you made.
and let me say no, real quick, and this is part of like the prep that we should do another time, but
oh, we don't do preps.
Well, I'm just saying I knew he was affiliated with York like that already when I came in. So to ask me, how did you feel when you first saw Nuwaubians, pork in the lessons? You know what I mean? Like, it's like I already knew there was pork in the lessons.
Okay. All right. So now, going back to your previous statement. How long we know each other? We know each other since like 2012, right?
I mean, you could say 11.
2011, 2012, right? So this is the thing, people. This is how we would be in person. Probably more than likely because nobody's watching. Cabin would be speaking very loud, and
we'd be talking over each other a lot more.
And it would be a lot of talking over, and then eventually get to raising voices and like, what the fuck, So all right, but thanks to those viewing, you're allowing this to be a civil conversation. He's not going to do that. I don't think he would dare do that. If he did that, I would kick you off the platform. So listen,
you were allowing it.
No. This is not going to be what goes on. No arguing, no yelling, no talking over.
You. Not to cut you off.
All right. So you made a statement. You said that, and you stated that you think it's a good thing. Not that you thought it was a good thing, but you're agreeing that